Yeah, your story right now is blowing up. It's got national attention. A lot of people know you're on the Buffalo Police Department for 19 years. You and a few officers were on a call. There was a suspect that was in handcuffs, and then one of the police officers started choking that suspect while he was in handcuffs, and you intervened. So what happened after that? Tell us what happened.
Well, after I intervened, I grabbed his arm from around his neck. Then he punched me in the face. So then when I tried to defend myself, 2 cops came between us and 2 pulled me back. And then after that, I went to my patrol car, but as I was going there, the lieutenant ordered us back because we were arguing still. And then when I got into the car, I called the chief and told her that the officer had punched me in the face. And she asked, was it intentional? And I said it was. So she said to come back to the station house, which is what I did. And when I got there and was explaining to her what happened, the lieutenant comes in. Now, he was the second officer on the scene, so he was also beaten on the suspect. So he came in and he said that I had jumped on the officer's back and I tried to interfere with an arrest, but it didn't start on the outside. It started on the inside where he was already cuffed. So when I came on the scene, he was already cuffed. So it was clear to me that he was under arrest. So I was not trying to stop an arrest. I was stopping him from choking him.
Mm-hmm. And that's the whole thing. It's like they're saying you jumped on his back, you intervened. But even if you did jump on this cop's back, in my opinion, if he's choking a suspect, what is wrong with that?
It wouldn't have been anything wrong with it. But, I mean, for them just to say she grabbed his arm from around his neck is not exciting, but to say I jumped on his back and then I turned around and I pushed this other officer and I caused injury to her, they made it seem like I just came on the scene and just started fighting people for no reason.
So, Donnie, she's in the force for 19 years. She's a couple of months away from retiring, able to get her pension. She gets fired and loses her pension. I mean, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. That is terrible. But I understand. Things have happened. If it happened to her, you just imagine what happens to us. What I mean? I was accused of a hot one, and I guess y'all know what that is. You know what I mean? And I didn't do it. You know what I mean?
Explain to the audience what that is, Donnie.
Well, a hot one is a murder. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And they came up with these theories that I did and this and that, and but it's the things that they come up with. You know what I mean? And the district attorney believes them. And the district attorney goes along with it. You know what I mean? Like, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? That's why, the FBI works on facts and the police officer, they work on theory. They come with their own theories. And if it's truly believable, you'll get convicted if it's really believable. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what Cariol is saying because, to me, it's like a bunch of bad guys, teaming up on a good guy. If the more bad people are saying it, who are you going to believe? You're going to believe the person with the biggest lie. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe.
Well, hey, we're going to say on that note, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk more about Cariol's story, trying to get her pension back. The city council in Buffalo is trying to do that. And we're also going to talk about racism within the department and also misogyny. You heard Laura kind of touch on it briefly. We'll do that when we get back right here on the Mike and Donny Show on Fox Soul. Stick around. Back on the Mike and Donny Show on Fox Soul, Mike Hill and Donny HARRELL with you, talking to some of the good cops that did the right thing and they're actually paying for it career-wise right now. Talking to Laura, ZOLLICOFFER, Cariol Horne, and Joe Perez. And guys, we got some comments from our viewers right now. Jen J says, Cariol, with your situation, yes, she needs justice. Give her that pension. Cariol did the right thing and got attacked. Jen J also says, I find it funny how she loses her pension for doing the right thing, yet a cop can murder someone and be on a paid leave or desk duty and keep their pension. Make it make sense. Cariol, when you hear stories like that, and then you consider you doing the right thing, protecting and serve, I mean, what runs through your mind? How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like I need to come up with a solution, which I did.
And that's Cariol's law.
Cariol's law. Yep.
Explain that for us.
So Cariol's law will protect officers who do stand up against police brutality or wrongdoing. And And the officers who do the wrongdoing will be brought up on charges. And anybody who like fabricates a story, like in my case, you know, they fabricated me jumping on the back and all of the other stuff. So anybody that co-conspirators would be brought up on charges, hopefully felony charges. They have to sign a registry so that they can't just go from department to department after having all of those charges. So that's like the gist of it. There's a little bit more to it, but the point is it's the duty to intervene. That's the main thing. Because
and that's a start right there. And you consider everything that's going on. You see the legislation that Congress is trying to pass right now. And then when you see something like Donny, the George Floyd situation, and not just, you know, Derek Chauvin for what he did, but the 3 other cops that stood by and watched this man die as Chauvin puts his knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Will something like Cariol's law help, in your opinion? Even anybody?
Yeah, I would say that it would definitely help. You know, when you start holding these people accountable, you know, then that's when it's going to stop. And I will go a step further. I think that they should start charging every chief of police that one of his officers kills somebody, and watch how quick that slows down when they know that they're going to go to jail for what their officers did.
Let me ask you a question, Jose. We always talk, we hear about the police unions, how powerful they are. So the police union, they're not protecting the people that speak out. They're only protecting the police that do wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I need to understand that, because why are they not protecting Cariol? You know what I'm saying? And were you part of the police union, Cariol?
Yeah, I was, and they backed out on me.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. That blue wall of silence, well, there's shades of blue, all right? And we're the dark shade of blue. And they don't protect the dark shade of blue. I mean, they're consistent with that. I can tell you that for a fact.
I call the FOP for other people.
For other people.
Exactly. Because when it comes time to protect one of us, for example, I had requested the FOP to go with me to have a conversation with the chief. And he didn't say a word the entire time in that meeting. And prior to that, they'll have a conversation before you, the officer, comes in the room. So they already know what they're planning to do because they work together. So the FOP is for other people.